There's a common belief in our society that once we pass the age of 60, our bodies inevitably begin to decline. Our strength will fade, our balance will worsen, and our lives will become more and more cautious. And of course, that is one of the realities we have to face. But today, I want to tell you that's only half of the story. We often focus on the weakening of the body, but we overlook another issue that's just as important, maybe even more so. That issue is the vitality of our brain. Do you ever feel like it takes a little longer to find the right word, or that you walk into a room and suddenly forget what you came in for? This feeling of mental rust, just like the heaviness in our bodies, quietly chips away at our confidence and our joy for life. So, what if I told you there was a way, an incredibly simple way, to not only reawaken the strength in your body, but to polish the sharpness of your mind at the same time? What if I said there are 3 exercises that every single person over 60 should be doing every day? They don't require a gym, they don't require any expensive equipment, and they can be done right in your living room, with nothing more than a chair. These 3 movements will directly help you build leg strength, allowing you to get up from a chair with ease and handle stairs with confidence. They will retrain your brain and body to significantly improve your balance, drastically reducing the risk of a fall that could lead to a serious fracture. And they will activate your body's second heart, boosting your circulation to effectively prevent swelling, pain, and even dangerous blood clots in your legs. Most importantly, they will work together to build a powerful defense against aging, giving you not just a stronger body but a clearer, more confident mind. This is the path we are going to explore together today. It is a path to a more vibrant, dignified, and secure life in our golden years. Please follow me. Before we dive into the specific movements, we must first understand who our real enemy is. This enemy isn't the number of your age, but a physiological phenomenon called sarcopenia. Now, that word might sound a bit technical, but its meaning is very straightforward. As we age, our muscle mass naturally and progressively declines. After the age of 60, this process can speed up quite a bit. The first area to be hit the hardest is the very foundation of our body, our leg muscles. Have you noticed that getting up from a comfortable sofa has become more of a struggle than it used to be? Or that your legs start to feel weak after just a few stairs? This isn't just because you're getting older. It's because the engines that support and move our bodies, the muscles in our thighs and glutes, are losing their power. The consequences of this are like a chain reaction. Weaker legs lead directly to a slower, less stable gait, forcing us to be extra careful when we walk. More importantly, it severely impacts our ability to balance. Balance, something we took for granted when we were young, is actually an incredibly precise collaboration between our brain, our nerves, and our muscles. When our muscles respond slower and have less strength, this system starts to fail. This is exactly why falls are the #1 cause of accidental injury among older adults. According to data from the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 1/4 of adults over the age of 65 experience a fall each year. Every fall isn't just a physical injury. It's a major blow to our confidence. It creates a fear of walking, makes us hesitant to go out and to socialize, and it shrinks our world, potentially leading to the loss of our precious independence. What we are going to do today is tackle this problem at its root. We will use the most basic, safest, and most effective movements to fight back against sarcopenia and rebuild our body's foundation. Remember, your body has an amazing capacity to adapt and recover. It doesn't matter if you are 70, 80, or 90 years old. The moment you start giving it the right stimulus, it will reward you with greater strength and better balance. So, let's begin with the first and most important exercise. It's known as the king of strength training, and it is our most powerful weapon against muscle loss. This movement is the squat. Now, please don't be intimidated when you hear the word squat. I'm not asking you to lift a heavy barbell like a young athlete. We are going to do its simplest, safest version. It is a version designed specifically for our age group to rebuild the functional strength we need for daily life. Why is the squat so important? because it perfectly mimics a core movement we perform countless times every single day. That movement is standing up from a seated position. Every time you get up from the dinner table, from the sofa, or from your bed, you are doing a mini squat. When this movement becomes difficult, your quality of life takes a major hit. By strengthening it, we directly enhance our independence and convenience. The squat works all the major muscle groups in our legs at once. This includes the quadriceps on the front of your thigh, which give you the power to straighten your knee and climb stairs. It includes the gluteal muscles in your buttocks, which are the core engine for standing tall and walking forward. And it includes the hamstrings on the back of your thigh. In other words, this one single movement activates your entire lower body power network. Okay, let's see how to get started safely. All you need is a sturdy chair without wheels. Place it directly behind you. Our first version is called the sit to stand. Yes, it's that simple. Sit on the front half of the chair, with your feet flat on the floor, about shoulder width apart. Now, try to cross your arms over your chest. This will prevent you from using your hands for help. Lean your body slightly forward, and then, using the power of your legs, stand up in a smooth, controlled motion. Once you are fully upright, slowly and with that same control, begin to sit back down until your hips gently touch the chair. That is one complete repetition. The key here is control. Don't just pop up, and definitely don't just fall back into the chair. Imagine your muscles are like a rubber band, full of tension whether they are shortening or lengthening. If you find it a bit difficult to stand up without using your hands, that's perfectly okay. You can place your hands on your thighs, or lightly hold onto a stable table in front of you for a little assistance.
Our goal is progress, not perfection. Please remember,
this exercise isn't just building muscle. It's also re-educating your brain. Every controlled stand and sit deepens the connection between your brain and your leg muscles, making this fundamental movement pattern more efficient and automatic. When your brain is convinced that your legs are strong and reliable, that underlying anxiety about not being able to get up will slowly fade away, replaced by a quiet confidence. I suggest you start by doing 10 repetitions a day. You can break it into 2 sets of 5. When that feels easy, you can gradually increase to 15, and then 20. You can even integrate it into your daily routine. Every time you need to get up from a chair, do it deliberately and slowly. I promise you within 2 weeks, you will feel a significant difference. Once the sit to stand becomes easy for you, we can move to the next stage, the chair-assisted squat. Stand behind the chair, lightly holding the backrest for support. Your feet are still shoulder width apart. Now, imagine there's a chair behind you, and you're going to sit your hips back and down towards it. Bend your knees until you feel your thighs start to work. Then, slowly return to the starting position. The key here is to keep the movement gentle, and the range of motion small at first. You might only go down a few inches, and that's perfectly fine. As your strength increases, you can gradually go deeper, with the goal of having your thighs become parallel to the floor, as if you were actually sitting in a chair. This movement is your insurance policy for independent living. It ensures that no matter the situation, you have the strength to support your own body, to sit down and stand up safely. This is a profound form of freedom. Now, let's talk about our second cornerstone movement. If the squat is about rebuilding our body's foundation of strength, then this exercise is about installing our body's stability system. It's designed specifically to combat that enemy we all fear, the fall. This movement is balance training. Let's start with a quick self-test. Right now, how long can you stand on one leg? 10 seconds, or maybe 30 seconds. If this simple act feels very shaky, please do not be discouraged. This simply means that the following practice is incredibly important for you. Why does our sense of balance decline with age? There are 2 main reasons. The first is the muscle loss we talked about in the last section, especially in the stabilizing muscles around our ankles and hips. The second is that the reaction time of our brain and nervous system has slowed down. When we were younger, if we stumbled, our body would instantly make hundreds of tiny adjustments to prevent a fall. Now, That chain of command might take a little longer. The good news is that balance, just like a muscle, can be completely retrained and improved. Through intentional practice, we can reawaken those dormant stabilizing muscles and speed up the communication between our brain and our body. Our foundational balance exercise is called the single leg stand. Please stand next to something solid, like a kitchen counter, a sturdy table, or a wall. This ensures you have something to hold on to whenever you need it. Okay. Now slowly shift your weight onto one leg, and then gently lift your other foot a few inches off the ground. You can rest your hands lightly on your support. Keep your eyes fixed on a single point in front of you, as this will help you stay steady. Try to hold this position. You will feel your ankle making constant, tiny adjustments. This is your stability system at work. Our initial goal is to hold for 30 seconds on each leg. If you can only do 10 seconds, that's wonderful. That's your starting point. Take a short rest, and then switch to the other leg. The most beautiful thing about this exercise is that it's not just training your body. It is actually a fantastic workout for your brain. As you focus on maintaining your balance, you are activating areas of the brain responsible for coordination, spatial awareness, and concentration. Studies have clearly shown that older adults who regularly practice balance exercises have better memory, sharper thinking, and even a lower risk of developing dementia. So, when you are doing this exercise, imagine that you are not only preventing a future fall,
But you are also giving your brain a tune-up, keeping it young and sharp.
when you can comfortably stand on one leg for over 30 seconds while holding on, you can start to challenge yourself. Try taking your hands off the support, hovering them just to the side. Or try touching the support with just one finger. You'll find that even a small reduction in support immediately increases the difficulty. If you want to try the ultimate challenge, and only when you are in a completely safe environment, like standing in the corner of a room with walls on both sides, try closing your eyes. You will instantly feel how much harder it is to balance. This is because our vision is the primary source of information for our balance. When you take away that visual input, your body is forced to rely more on its internal senses from your muscles and joints. This is a very advanced form of training. I recommend you practice your balance training at least 3 to 5 times a week. You can do it while brushing your teeth, holding the bathroom counter, or while waiting for the kettle to boil, holding the kitchen counter. Seamlessly integrated into your daily life. Remember, every time you challenge your balance, you are adding another layer of safety and security to every step you take in the future. And now, we arrive at our third and final cornerstone movement. If the first 2 exercises were about strength and stability, this one is about our body's internal river of life, our blood circulation. This movement is incredibly simple. You can even start doing it right now, while you're sitting. It's called the calf raise. Why is such a small ankle movement so important? Because our calf muscles are referred to by many doctors and physical therapists as our body's second heart. This is a very powerful analogy. Our heart is responsible for pumping oxygen, rich blood to every part of our body, all the way down to our toes. But, after gravity has pulled that blood down to our lower legs, how does it efficiently get back up to the heart? To a large extent, this depends on the pumping action of our calf muscles. Every time you contract your calf muscles, they act like a pump, squeezing the deep veins and pushing the blood back up towards your torso. When this pump is weak, blood and fluid can easily pool in your ankles and lower legs, causing swelling, a feeling of heaviness, pain, and even unsightly varicose veins. In more serious cases, slow blood flow increases the risk of blood clots, and if a clot breaks loose and travels to the lungs, it can cause a life-threatening pulmonary embolism. So, strengthening our calves, our body's second heart, is immeasurably important for maintaining our cardiovascular health and boosting our daily energy. Strong calves mean you can walk farther without feeling tired and stand for longer periods without feeling sore. So, how do we do this movement? The most basic version is the standing calf raise. You can hold onto a chair or a table for balance. Stand with your feet flat on the floor. Then, slowly lift your heels off the ground, coming up onto the balls of your feet, rising as high as you can. At the very top, feel the squeeze in your calf muscles. Hold it for 1 second, and then slowly, with control, lower your heels back to the floor. That's it. The key to this movement is a slow tempo, and a conscious effort to feel the muscle contract and stretch. I suggest you start with 15 repetitions a day. When that feels easy, gradually increase to 20, 30, or even more. This exercise can be done almost anywhere. While you're waiting in line, or cooking in the kitchen, you can be secretly doing your calf raises. A fantastic habit to build is to link this exercise with our first one, the squat. Every time you stand up from a chair, immediately do 10 calf raises before you walk away. This way, you upgrade a simple daily action into a mini health-boosting workout. For those of you who have to sit for long periods, or who find standing difficult, you can still exercise your second heart. Sit comfortably in a chair with your feet flat on the floor. Then, just like you're tapping your foot to music, repeatedly lift your heels, keeping the balls of your feet on the ground. You will feel your calf muscles contracting just the same. This simple movement is incredibly effective for promoting circulation and preventing swelling while you're watching television, reading a book, or chatting with family. So, the squat gives us the power to stand and walk. The balance training ensures that every step we take is steady and safe. And the calf raise provides the fuel and circulatory support for all of our activities. Together, these three movements form a golden triangle that protects our independence and our vitality. They are simple, they are safe, and yet they deliver profound benefits. Now that you understand these three core movements and the science behind them, we come to the most important part: how to start and how to keep going. We often wait for the perfect moment or for a surge of motivation before we take action. But when it comes to our health, the truth is the exact opposite. Action itself is the best way to create motivation. So, I don't want to give you a complex, intimidating plan. I just want to give you the simplest possible starting point today. Right after you finish this video, please choose just one of these exercises and do it just once. Yes, just one. If you feel that getting up is a bit of a struggle, then do 5 sit-to-stands. If your biggest worry is an unsteady walk,
Then hold on to a wall and try a 15-second single leg stand.
if you just want to get a feel for it, then do 20 seated heel raises. The key is to begin. Once you have begun, please give yourself credit for it. You can make a check mark on a calendar, or just say to yourself in your mind, "Good, I made an investment in my health today." That small sense of accomplishment is the best fuel. Tomorrow, try to do 1 more repetition. Or, try the second exercise. Slow and steady progress is the only path to success. Your body is incredibly smart. It will respond to what you do repeatedly. Within a few weeks, you will actually feel the changes. Getting out of bed will be easier. You'll walk with more confidence, and the heaviness in your legs will decrease. This positive feedback will become your greatest motivation to continue. Please remember, aging is a natural process that none of us can avoid. But how we age is largely determined by the choices we make today. Choosing to spend just a few minutes each day on these simple exercises is choosing a path towards a healthier, more vibrant life with a higher quality of living. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's like making a small deposit into your health bank account every single day. Over time, it will yield the most valuable returns. If our time together today has given you even a little bit of inspiration or help, I invite you to click that like button. This is not only an encouragement for our work, but more importantly, it helps this video reach more people just like you, who are looking for ways to improve their health. If you'd like to continue receiving simple, practical health advice designed specifically for our age group, please consider subscribing to our channel and turning on notifications. That way, you won't miss any content that can bring a positive change to your life. Finally, I would love to hear from you. Which exercise are you going to start with? Or, do you have any of your own secret tips for staying active that you'd like to share with everyone? Please leave us a message in the comment section below. Your experience could be a tremendous source of inspiration and encouragement for someone else. Thank you for your valuable time. Please remember, your body is your most precious asset, and you have the power to keep it serving you well for many years to come. Start today. Take that one small step. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.